I hate the book I'm writing. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I hate it. I hate this book. I need to make that so clear. I hate this book. I hate this book. I hate it.
I didn't start out that way. I was really excited about the book. Stayed excited all the way through the first draft. And then when I started editing it, there was so much stuff I saw that could be improved, which is kind of when the trouble started.
See, the problem with doing really long projects, like writing a book, is that over the course of time when you're writing the book, you start to improve. So by the end of the book, I thought that the writing at the end of the book was so much better than the writing at the beginning of the book. Because the writing at the beginning of the book had been written by someone with like a year and a half less experience. So when it was time to start the second draft, I made the mistake. I didn't see a point in just trying to edit my way through it because there were so many structural problems, so many like big issues that I felt like I needed a full rewrite. And I would use the original draft as a guide, but I wouldn't strictly stick to it.
Like I said, it was a mistake. I should have just edited it. It would have been a bad second draft, but the second draft I wrote instead was also bad. It just took a really long time. And I felt like as I got further and further into it, I lost the ability to judge what was good and what was bad. I hated everything I wrote. I kept going back over and over the same passages again and again. And I felt like I was just making it worse.
The positive is that I do feel like I've learned a lot. I know how I want to change my writing process going forward. I'm going to have like a clear outline. I'm going to try and work faster, not take a break between my first draft and the edit. I'm going to try not to get like mired down in this thing where you start to second guess yourself or just frankly forget exactly what was in which draft. Plus, I do think I'm a better writer now. I hadn't written anything for years prior to starting this book. And now I write a blog post every week. I write things for these videos I make. I've written, a multiple books worth trying to write this one book. What I'm saying is I'm not like broken down. I'm looking forward to the next thing. I'm really pumped about it. I just hate writing this book. And so I have to ask myself the question, what do I do about it? Do I keep writing it? Because I could just throw it out and move on. And some of my friends have suggested this because it makes sense. I'm not having fun. And I don't believe an agent would ever pick this up. So it's not only unpleasant, it's also futile. So when I first started writing this book, I was in a really bad place mentally and creatively. I hadn't written much of anything since college. And this book has sort of ended up being at least part of my way out of that sort of headspace. There were also a lot of other things that contributed to that, some material changes in my life, but I think that those things could have happened and I might just have never written again if it wasn't for the fact that I sat down one day and made like a promise to myself that I was going to finish a book, even if I hated it, even if it stopped being fun. And that promise to myself helped me keep going when normally I would have given up. So having this project has been really important to me. And I'm not the type of guy who thinks you should not feel like you owe your past self anything. Like if you wanted to be an astronaut when you were 8 years old, you don't have to feel guilt about the fact that you are like a data analyst if you enjoy being a data analyst. Like 8-year-olds shouldn't be making your career decisions, is I guess what I'm saying. So don't get it twisted. I do believe that giving up is a useful skill. I think it often people have one of the two problems. Either they give up on everything or they never give up on anything. And I think it can be very healthy to give up on something that you're not getting anything out of.
But this book, I don't know. There's like something symbolic about it in my head. It's like, like there's something sort of magic about. I feel like I want to finish it to prove to myself that I can. I think that is going to be good for me to successfully finish it, to sort of propel myself into my next, I don't know, like creative arc, I guess. I want to finish this book.
I do still hate the book, though. People Contain Multitudes. I both love and hate the book. Do I get extra points for loving and hating the book? I don't. I think that there's probably like, hang on, let me adjust the camera. I think there's probably like 6 months or so left of me working on this book if I continue at the pace I'm going. I don't want to do this for another 6 months. Whatever sort of symbolic importance this has, it sounds miserable to me. So I need to finish the book and I need to do it faster. And that means I need a deadline because I'm not going to do it without a deadline. So I'm making the promise here now on this YouTube channel. I'm filming this on June 1st, even though I think it'll come out on like June 5th or something. Who knows? It'll come out. I am going to finish writing this book by the end of June so that I can start working on my next thing in July. And that means I'm going to finish my current draft, edit it down into its final version, and then send it to agents. Even if I'm just going to get a million rejection letters, that's fine. I just need to finish it. So that's the promise. I will let you know how it turns out at the end.